Did you know that some of the foods you eat every day might actually be working against your body's strength, especially as you age? Imagine this. You're making choices that feel healthy, but quietly, they're chipping away at your muscle health. It's not your fault. There's so much misinformation out there. But today, we're going to uncover the truth and empower you to take control of your health. Take Irene, for example. At 65, she started noticing that simple tasks like carrying groceries or climbing stairs were becoming harder. She thought it was just getting older. But after making a few key changes to her diet, she started feeling stronger, more energized, and capable of doing the things she loves again. You have that same power to reclaim your strength. So, what's quietly harming muscle health after 60? It's not just about skipping the gym or staying active. It's also about what's on your plate. The foods you eat play a massive role in how your muscles perform, recover, and sustain you. Some common choices, ones we rarely think twice about, can quietly erode muscle strength. But here's the good news. Small changes can make a big difference. Today, we'll talk about 5 common foods or habits to avoid and how to replace them with smarter, muscle supporting options. Ready? Let's start by reflecting on your current habits. Have you ever felt more tired or weaker after certain meals? That might not be a coincidence. Imagine this. It's mid afternoon and you're feeling sluggish. You grab a sugary snack, hoping for a quick boost. At first, it works, you feel better, but within an hour, you crash harder than before. That's not just about energy levels, it's also affecting your muscle recovery. Sugar laden foods create inflammation in the body, which can make it harder for your muscles to heal and grow. The solution? Swap out processed sweets for natural ones like fruits, which satisfy your cravings while supporting your health. This journey isn't about giving up everything you enjoy. It's about learning how to make choices that help you feel stronger and more vibrant. You're not alone in this, and with a little guidance, you can make changes that are easy, sustainable, and impactful. So let's keep going. You'll love how small steps can lead to big results. Now, let's talk about something most people overlook: protein. You've probably heard that protein is essential for muscle health, but did you know that not all proteins are created equal? Many older adults rely heavily on processed meats like deli slices, sausages, or frozen breaded chicken because they're convenient. But here's the catch. These options are often loaded with sodium, preservatives, and low-quality protein, which can silently harm your muscles over time. Take Paul, for instance. At 70, he thought his daily turkey sandwich was doing him good, but he couldn't understand why he kept losing strength. After some adjustments, like switching to lean, unprocessed options like grilled chicken, fish, or plant-based proteins like lentils and beans, he noticed a real difference. Not only did he regain his strength, but he also felt less bloated and more energetic. Here's something to consider. Are the proteins you're eating helping or hurting? High-quality proteins fuel your muscles, giving them the building blocks they need to stay strong and functional. Aim to include a variety of sources, like eggs, tofu, quinoa, or even nuts and seeds. And don't worry, this doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite meals. A little creativity can go a long way. For instance, swapping processed bacon for a couple of poached eggs at breakfast can give you a big boost without sacrificing flavor. Take a moment to reflect. What are your go-to protein sources? Are they fresh and wholesome, or do they lean toward convenience? With a small shift, you could be giving your body exactly what it needs to thrive. The best part, these choices don't just help you today, they set the foundation for a healthier, stronger tomorrow. Let's move forward and uncover even more ways to protect your muscle health. Another sneaky culprit that often flies under the radar is sugar. Yes, that sweet little treat you enjoy in your morning coffee or the cookies you grab as a snack. While sugar might give you a quick burst of energy, its long-term effects on muscle health can be surprisingly damaging. Excess sugar in your diet not only leads to weight gain but can also trigger inflammation in your body, something that makes it harder for your muscles to repair and grow. Let's take Alice's story as an example. She loved her desserts, ice cream after dinner, sugary cereals for breakfast, and those healthy granola bars that were actually loaded with sugar. Over time, she started feeling more sluggish and noticed her muscles weren't as strong as they used to be. It wasn't until she cut back on added sugars and replaced them with natural options, like fruits or a drizzle of honey, that she began to feel a difference. Her energy levels improved, and she noticed her body feeling stronger and more capable. Think about it. How much sugar sneaks into your diet every day? From canned soups to ketchup, sugar hides in places you wouldn't expect. A simple rule of thumb is to read labels and look for hidden sugars disguised as corn syrup, fructose, or maltose. And when that craving for sweetness strikes, reach for whole, nutrient-rich foods instead. A bowl of fresh berries or a piece of dark chocolate can satisfy your sweet tooth without the negative effects of refined sugar. Now, ask yourself, is sugar quietly sabotaging your strength? If so, don't worry. It's never too late to make changes. Reducing your sugar intake doesn't mean giving up everything you love. It's about balance and smarter choices. Every step you take to cut back on sugar is a step towards stronger muscles and better health. Let's keep going. There's even more to explore when it comes to protecting your body after 60. Another surprising factor that could be quietly undermining your muscle health is inadequate protein intake. Protein is like the building block of your muscles, and as we age, our bodies require even more of it to maintain strength and repair. Unfortunately, many people over 60 unknowingly fall short of their daily protein needs, often because of smaller appetites or misconceptions about what their diet should look like. Take Paul's story, for example. Paul always thought he was eating healthy, a light breakfast, a salad for lunch, and a simple dinner. But what he didn't realize was that his meals were lacking in protein. Over time, he began to notice his arms felt weaker, and activities like carrying groceries or playing with his grandkids started to feel like a chore. After speaking with a nutritionist, Paul made a simple change. He added more protein to his meals, a couple of eggs at breakfast, some grilled chicken or lentils in his salads, and a small serving of Greek yogurt as a snack. Within weeks, he noticed a significant difference, not just in his strength, but also in his energy levels. How much protein do you really need? Experts suggest aiming for about zero point 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, though this number can vary depending on your activity level and health goals. Don't let this overwhelm you. It's easier than it sounds. Think of foods like lean meats, eggs, dairy, beans, lentils, tofu, and even nuts and seeds. Incorporating these into your meals can make a huge difference. Take a moment to reflect. Are you getting enough protein to support your body's needs? If not, start with small adjustments. Maybe that means adding a handful of almonds to your morning routine, or swapping out a carb-heavy snack for a boiled egg or a piece of cheese. These little tweaks can have a big impact on your muscle health and overall vitality. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. By nourishing your body with the protein it craves, you're giving it the tools it needs to stay strong and resilient. Let's move on to one more crucial factor that's often overlooked. Another hidden culprit that can sabotage muscle health after 60 is a lack of essential vitamins and minerals, particularly vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in muscle function and strength, yet many people unknowingly have a deficiency. Why? Because as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and dietary sources alone may not be enough to fill the gap. Alice's story is a perfect example. Alice loved her morning walks, but found herself avoiding the outdoors in recent years, worried about overexposure to the sun. She started experiencing frequent muscle cramps and felt her energy dwindling. After a routine checkup, her doctor discovered her vitamin D levels were critically low. Alice began taking a daily vitamin D supplement, alongside spending short, safe periods outside in the early morning sun. Within weeks, she felt a noticeable improvement in her muscle strength and overall mood. Vitamin D isn't just important for your muscles, it's also vital for bone health and your immune system. Foods like fatty fish, fortified milk, and egg yolks can help, but they often don't provide enough to meet your daily needs, especially if you're not getting regular sun exposure. That's where supplements can come in, but it's always best to consult your healthcare provider to determine the right dosage for you. Have you thought about your vitamin D levels? If you're unsure, a simple blood test can give you clarity. And if supplements aren't an option, consider safe, sun-smart practices to boost your levels naturally. Spend 10 to 15 minutes outside each day with your arms and face exposed. But remember, balance is key to avoid overexposure. Taking care of your body doesn't have to be complicated. By addressing something as straightforward as vitamin D, you're taking an active step toward preserving your muscle strength and overall vitality. Let's finish strong with one last crucial tip. Finally, let's talk about a factor that's often overlooked but can quietly chip away at muscle health: chronic dehydration. Many people underestimate the importance of water, especially as they age. But staying hydrated is essential for muscle recovery, flexibility, and overall performance. Without enough water, your muscles can become stiff, weak, and prone to cramping. Take Janet, for instance. Janet was always on the go, juggling her garden, weekly bridge games, and caring for her grandkids. But she often forgot to drink water, relying instead on coffee and tea throughout the day. Over time, she noticed her muscles felt tighter and her energy levels were dwindling. A conversation with her daughter prompted her to pay closer attention to her hydration. Janet started keeping a water bottle nearby and made a habit of sipping throughout the day. The difference was remarkable. Her energy improved, and her muscle aches diminished. It's easy to fall into a similar pattern. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally diminishes, which means you might not feel thirsty even when your body needs water. That's why it's so important to proactively drink water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses, and remember that foods with high water content like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges can also help keep you hydrated. If plain water feels too boring, consider adding a slice of lemon, lime, or a few cucumber slices for a refreshing twist. Herbal teas or lightly flavored water can also do the trick, as long as they don't contain added sugars. So here's a simple question. When was the last time you had a glass of water? If it's been a while, pause this video, grab a glass, and take a moment to nourish your body. Small, consistent actions like staying hydrated can make a big difference in preserving your muscle health and overall vitality. And there you have it, 5 things you're eating or not doing that can quietly destroy muscle after 60. Let's wrap up with a quick summary and some final empowering words.